You clicked on this video because you struggle with wasting time. Bearing that in mind, I'm not going to waste any more of your time with the fancy hook or intro. I'm just going to get right into the video. The first way that you can stop wasting your precious time is you can limit the number of decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis. What do I mean by that? Well, ultimately, everyone has a limited capacity for decision making on a day-to-day basis. And I like to think that whenever we go to sleep and wake up, we refill this decision making capacity. But what ends up happening is, for a lot of people, when they're making too many decisions on a day-to-day basis, they never get the chance to fully refill that decision-making capacity, and thus they begin to make bad decisions, such as choosing to watch TikTok videos instead of choosing to make TikTok videos, just as one example. So how do you go about limiting the number of decisions, especially the number of meaningless decisions that you make on a day-to-day basis, so that you can fill up your decision capacity to its maximum potential and make better decisions? Well, it's simple. You systemize your decision making. So how do you do that? Well, you think about the areas in your life where you are spending too much time for the output that you're receiving, and you systemize the decisions in those areas. So one example of this could be clothing. If you watch my videos, if this isn't the first video of mine that you've seen, then you might have noticed that I tend to wear the same few things every single video. It's either a black turtleneck, a black t-shirt, white t-shirt, black hoodie, gray hoodie. Every video. You can go back and look at this for yourself. Pretty much every video, I'm wearing one of a few things. Part of this is because I tend to film multiple videos at a time because, again, I'm trying to save as much time as possible. But another reason why this is because I actually just have a lot of the same clothes. As a matter of fact, today I received a shipment from H&M full of, guess what? Black t-shirts, black turtlenecks, just like the one that I'm wearing right now. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why would I want to spend 10 or 20 minutes a day deliberating on what I'm going to wear when ultimately it really doesn't matter? It's completely inconsequential as far as my trajectory in life. And yet, when I was younger, I used to do exactly that. I would stand in front of my closet and spend 10 or 20 minutes at a time trying to figure out what to wear. And then I'd put it on and I wouldn't like it, so I'd change it. And this could go on for up to an hour at times. And maybe this happens to you as well. Or another example is food. A lot of times, people struggle with deciding what they want to eat. And for me, this was definitely a big struggle, especially when I began tracking my macros and trying to hit a certain amount of protein per day so that I could get as swole as possible. And so what I did was I systemized my decision making by eating basically the same thing every day. Now, is this the most appealing thing? No, but it gets the job done and it allows me to free up a lot of mental bandwidth that I can use for making videos like this one or other projects that I'm working on outside of these videos. Limit your decision making by systemizing your decision making. A great way of doing this is to get a planner and use a planner, and that is the next thing that you need to do if you want to stop wasting time. Get a planner and use it. Get a planner and use it. I personally use a digital daily planner that I created myself, but if you want to use a physical planner, if you prefer to write it down manually, go to your local Walmart, Target, or whatever store you can get a planner from. Order one from Amazon, it doesn't matter. Get a planner and actively use it. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been on my self-improvement journey for 6 years and counting. And out of all of the self-improvement habits that I've implemented in my life, this has proven to be the most impactful one. Getting a planner and actually using it. So here's how the planner works. Some people have the Bible, some people have the Quran, some people have whatever other religious or spiritual texts. Doesn't really matter. My version of that is my planner. That is my Bible, that is my Quran. Meaning that whatever is in my planner, that is how I live my life. So when I write something down in my planner, or in my case, when I type something down in my planner, I do not go to sleep. I don't finish my day until everything in my planner is complete. And when you hold yourself accountable in this way, what ends up happening is you don't have time to waste because you are using your time productively. When you set that precedent for yourself that, hey, I am going to do these tasks on Tuesday and these tasks on Wednesday and these tasks on Thursday, now you can begin to stop making those decisions about what things you're going to do when, because it's already there for you. Now, the next thing you can do to stop wasting your precious time on this earth, your valuable time of which your life is composed or comprised, is you can stop doom scrolling. Now, I was going to say delete social media because that has been a very, very prevalent theme throughout my previous few videos. And actually, I would go as far as to say that deleting social media was the second most impactful thing that I've done on my self-improvement journey, right behind getting a planner and using it. But I can sit here and tell you to delete social media in every single video, but if I don't provide you with an alternative, then it doesn't matter. So one alternative to social media is ChatGPT. What do I mean by that? How is ChatGPT an alternative for social media? Well, generally speaking, when you get on social media, you're doing it for one of two reasons. Either you want to be entertained or you want to be educated. Now, social media, although it may seem entertaining, is actually not very entertaining at all because generally you don't create memories. You're just doom scrolling. So you need to cut the doom scrolling out completely. If you're just scrolling just to pass the time, you are literally actively wasting your time and you need to stop doom scrolling. So if that's the only reason why you use social media, just delete it altogether. But if you use social media for the other purpose, which is to learn, if you're looking to be educated, which if you're watching this video, clearly you are somebody who looks to be educated online, then stop using social media to find the answers and start using ChatGPT. This has been one of the biggest breakthroughs in my personal journey. Is I stopped using Google and YouTube to find the answers to my questions, and I started asking ChatGPT. And the reason why this is so effective is because ChatGPT effectively does all of the research for you. So just like Google is a concise version of all of the libraries in the world, ChatGPT is a concise version of Google or whatever other AI platform you're the most comfortable using. But I'm the most comfortable using ChatGPT, so that's the one that I can vouch for. Use ChatGPT as a means of finding information. You would be surprised at what it knows. Anything from customer support to getting advice about something, ChatGPT can help you out, and it can do it in a very, very short amount of time, which, again, you're watching this video because you struggle with wasting time. So use ChatGPT to compress that learning and that research process, and you will get back so much of your time that you will literally feel compelled to come back to this video and thank me. Now, the next way that you can stop wasting time is you can make yourself unavailable. What does that mean? That's basically a euphemism for isolate yourself from all of your loved ones. Now, of course, that is not what I'm trying to have you do. I said this in a recent video and I'll say it again. I am not trying to isolate you from your loved ones so that you can join my cult or whatever. That's not what we do on this channel. But I do believe that it is very important to embrace loneliness or embrace unavailability for certain seasons of your life, especially seasons where you are trying to get your life under control, where you're trying to get your life back on track and on the trajectory that you want it to be on. you have to be willing to make yourself unavailable by first, like I said earlier, deleting social media, making yourself unavailable to all of the acquaintances online who you think are your friends, but in all actuality won't even remember your name in a few years. And on top of that, making yourself unavailable in real life too. Making yourself unavailable, especially to people who are not striving for the same things that you're striving for. And this can be painful because these can be, again, some of your loved ones. These can be friends or family members. But at the same time, if they truly are loved ones, if they are people who are worthy and deserving of being a part of your life, then they should understand that you need to prioritize your goals and your vision so that you can enjoy more fulfilling relationships with them. And if they don't understand that, then take that as a sign that you need to cut them out for the long term, if not permanently. Now, of course, isolation is not healthy for the human mind. It's good to spend periods of time without making yourself overly available to people who are slowing down your progress in life and who are wasting your time by encouraging you and enabling you to indulge in mindless and unproductive activities. But at the same time, in the same way that those people slow your progress down, when you get around the right people, you speed your progress up. Those people will help you speed your progress up. They will help hold you accountable for whatever time you're still wasting once you cut out those people who were enabling you to waste time. And basically, when you surround yourself with winners, you become a winner. You become a winner by default because you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. So when you remove the relationships which aren't serving you in your life and you replace them with impactful, meaningful relationships with people who genuinely want to see you win, people like you would find in my coaching program, link in the description. You don't have to join that community if you don't want to, but it's there if you struggle to find these kinds of people. When you surround yourself with these kinds of people, then you will quickly find yourself on the path toward prosperity, toward purpose, toward peace of mind, because you are now utilizing your time in an efficient way. And you know within your soul that you are spending your life, because again, your life is comprised of units of time. You are using your life in the way in which it was intended, which is to pursue your purpose. Now, the next thing that you need to do to stop wasting time is you need to remember your why. A couple of seconds ago, you heard me mention purpose. And when you think about the word purpose and you think about what it actually means, you realize that your purpose is your why. Your purpose is your why. What is the purpose of this thing? What is the purpose of this person? It's basically another way of saying, why does this thing exist? Why does this person exist? Why do you exist? Why do you exist? The way that you find that out is by listening to yourself. Listen to yourself. You know why you're here. You know what you want. You know what you want to get from life. You know what you want to give to life. But you have to listen to that inner voice, and you have to be obedient to that inner voice. You have to serve that inner voice, because that voice is trying to direct you back to the path on which you actually belong, the path where you're using your time and your life by extension in the most productive way possible. You have to remember your why. You have to reconnect with that inner child who already inherently knows what they want in life and is not afraid to pursue it, because they're not afraid of failure, because failure doesn't even exist to them. It doesn't. Failure is a concept that they would learn later on through the schooling system, through societal standards and expectations, basically trying to conform to a society of people who aren't even living the lives that they want to live, and thus they waste most of their time on this earth. Now, how do you go about remembering your why? You remember your why by, once again, surrounding yourself with people who have a sense of purpose in their lives. It is impossible to be surrounded by people who have a sense of purpose in their lives, or who are at the very least seeking a sense of purpose in their lives, and not become one of those people. In the same way that you being a part of a society which generally lacks purpose has led you to not know what your purpose is. Being surrounded by a society, even if it's a small society, of people who are on their purposes or who are actively seeking their purposes out every single day will lead to you finding your purpose by default. By default, because again, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. That said, if you're looking for a community of people, or rather if you're looking for a brotherhood of young men who are on their purposes and who are pursuing it each and every day of their lives, and who are looking to utilize their time to serve humanity in the best way that they possibly can, and the most fulfilling way that they possibly can, then click the link in the description to learn more about my brand new coaching program. No, it's not some $997 course that promises to make you $10,000 a month in 30 days, but it is all of my knowledge after 6 years of self-improvement consolidated into one place. It is a brotherhood of young men who want to see you win. It is a safe space where you will be acknowledged, understood, and appreciated just for being you. If that sounds appealing to you, then click the link in the description to learn more.